I have random thoughts in my head, and sometimes I let them come out of my mouth. Welcome back to Random Thoughts. This is D. Marie, and I have my good friend Matt here with me again, Real as he is called now. And we wanted to talk about the Trayvon Martin verdict, and I want to ask you what's your opinion on it. I haven't vocalized mine personally yet, but I wanted to get your opinion.
My opinion is just, just an injustice, but I've been very active on Twitter and just voicing my, in the past few weeks, there's been 50 people shot in Chicago and 12 people have died, and that number's probably increased since the last time I checked it out. So I want people to be more conscious of black on black crime as well. Don't just be up in arms whenever it's a person of another race that kills one of ours. Let's be active when it's black on black crime, because that's hurting the community more so than anything. And I just been watching a lot of commentary just from Trayvon Martin's parents or Rachel Jontel, and I just respect them the most. I think that having courage is not about being the coolest or standing up the loudest or poking your chest out. It's about being afraid but fighting through it, being able to go through the tough times and just persevering. So I respect them just the most, and I just encourage people, take advantage of these great articles that great writers are writing right now. Take advantage of the news coverage on the Anderson Coopers and shows like that. And I think, it's not just about just saying a few words on Facebook, on a status or Twitter. It's about educating yourself. We have to educate ourselves and know more about the legal system. I think a lot of people didn't understand it in this case, from the defendant's side to the prosecution. If we understand those things, we can change. We can make sure that something like this never happens again. So,
yeah. My thing is, I understand why people are so angry, but at the same time, if you understand the legal system, you know that he was gonna be, seen not guilty. But I mean, I definitely agree with you. I think we need more black leaders and black people, like all these people who are doing the violent protesting. If they stood up more and were more men and women about it, and did more productive things, then we'd be better off as a race.
Yeah, that's very true. I think I wrote a case study when I was in college this past year, and it was just about this. People say that race didn't have anything to do with it, but I think the state of racism in America right now is covert. It's kind of disguised. It still exists, and there is certain prejudices and different biases that are out there. Whether or not people know it or not, I think it still exists. So that's just my opinion. And if you agree, if you disagree, then that's on you. But I've seen different. I've experienced enough from being in a military school in Virginia, where I see injustice between all different races, whether it's Asians and whites, blacks and Asians, whites and blacks, and just whatever. I've seen it all, so that's just what I've seen. So
yeah, I agree. What do you think? Do you believe that racism? Tongue-tied. Sorry. Do you believe that racism is something that we're taught, or is it just something that is inherent that we just do?
I think it's a bit of both, but I think that it's especially taught. I think that if you have an alcoholic, if you have generations full of alcoholics, when you're seeing your mother or your father go through those things, you're saying that's not going to be that's not going to be me, that's not going to be me. And then when you get of age, you fall into those habits. I think a lot of things are learned behavior, and there's things that as kids you see and you kind of just notice. So I think it definitely is, just from stories I've heard from my grandfather, my grandmother, my aunts and uncles, on my mother as well on my father's side. But I think once you get to a certain age, you can't base everything off what they taught you. I think that you have to experience the word yourself and go from there, and then base your own opinion. So that's definitely, I've heard negative things, like negative racial things, a lot throughout my life, but I'm also my own person, so I'm not going to let that affect how I treat people in the future. If you treat me right, I'm going to treat you right.
In closing, we both agree that the Trayvon Martin situation is horrible. We do, you know, that, you know, it was definitely an injustice done, but at the same time, you know, you kind of have to work within our legal system, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So, you know, that's our opinion. Definitely let us know what your opinion was on the Trayvon Martin case, and how do you feel about racism today? Like, I mean, yes, obviously it's still there, but is it as prevalent as it used to be?
Yeah.
So we're gonna close out today with the random question of the day. Do you like ice cream or frozen yogurt?
Well, I just got ice cream.
Ice cream? Yeah. I agree. I don't know about that frozen yogurt stuff. It's kind of like watery, like when you have it compared to.
I like it natural, so
yeah. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in. Definitely like the video if you liked it, and subscribe if you want to see more, and leave your opinions below. All right. Have a good day. Hey, don't just watch Random Thoughts, be a guest. Email me at bdmarie82@gmail.com and tell me what you want to talk about.
What's going on?
I'm good. So, you know, I've been a fan of yours for a while.